Hello everybody, welcome to Pre-War, Post-War, and War. Today we are going to be talking about Lionel Jr. Alright, so see this first one here. It says Ives Railroad Lines. Ives is how this all started, okay? So back in the early 1930s, Ives was a big competitor with Lionel trains, and one of the things they made were these tiny trains like this, the Ives Railroad Lines. And yeah, so they'd have these tiny engines like this, smaller than Lionel 27 gauge trains. And this one's a 1681E. They also had a 1681 that would be just forward only. So it started out Ives Railroad Lines, and Lionel-Ives went bankrupt. Lionel bought them out, and we ended up with Winter Lines. I don't have anything Winter Lines here right now, but they called it Winter Lines. They also called it Lionel-Ives for a little while, until they settled on the Lionel Jr. name. Now, you see here on this Ives Railroad line, we just have the regular hook coupler there. That continued with Lionel. It still kept that. And these are basically identical tenders, except for the name on there. And then later on, Lionel added the latch coupler to the tenders. You can see these are identical. So you can see before it was 1661, and that was Ives numbering 1661, 1661E, and then we moved up to the 1681. Basically the same. You can see some differences here where the connection to the engine on the side there. Now, the Lionel Jr. line Ives, they originally started out with the four-wheel freight cars. They would use these for not only Lionel Jr., Lionel-Ives Winter, and the Ives Railroad Lines. These also were used in for clockwork trains, as well as the electronic controlled trains. You see we have a set here of the four-wheel freight cars, which would have come with the earlier Lionel Jr. sets, and the other Winter and Lionel-Ives and Ives. And then later on, they actually moved up to these eight-wheel cars, and just kind of the standard 027 train cars that would meet up with the Lionel Jr. tender and the Lionel Jr. engine. And usually we have, basically copies of just reduced size on these. Everything's the same on them. It's just a smaller, almost S-gauge version of these cars. So look at that comparatively. Basically the same car, just smaller. These are the four-wheel cars and the eight-wheel cars. And we've got the passenger cars here as well. Some of them had the handrails on them, and some of them didn't. And these came in red and later on in blue, and you can see this kind of pretty coloring here on the back as well. Alright, here we have a little Lionel station, and these would come in just a bare station with nothing in it. They also made a transformer, a little 25-watt transformer would go inside. And then this is the whistle station. You can see here it says press to blow whistle, and you press that. And there's a Lionel pre-war air whistle inside, and you could hook it up to your transformer there, right there. Alright, and here we have the Lionel Jr. sign set. We've got telegraph poles, we've got a crossing gate right here. We've got the clock. We've got the train sign. We've got the signal here, switch signal, and track signal there. And these were for separate sale, and they would actually come with Lionel Jr. sets as well. And these also were from back in the Ives day. So they came from Ives and just worked their way into the Lionel Jr. line. Alright, now we're into the 1934 catalog here, Lionel trains. And we can see the black and red set here. See the Lionel lines, look right up in here. And here's the 8-wheel passenger cars, the 8-wheel freight cars right here. Here's that 25-watt station, and the same as that station, except for this station is the for the transformer, 25-watt transformer. Got these separate sale junior cars here as well. And then in the back, we get into the accessories. And this is their wind-up catalog. Here's those 8-wheel train cars. Sorry, 4-wheel train cars right here. Got some 4-wheel passenger cars. And it shows the little setup here for the wind-ups. And see this, you can get the separate sale freight car set with the 4-wheel cars. There's that 1569 set there. And those you could run on the 2 rails instead of the 3-wheel track, because those are the wind-up cars. So it's fun to have this available to check this stuff out in the original catalogs. So the Trains Railroad men buy for their boys. Right, so we're going to take out the Lionel Trains catalog from 1935. You hear this one's from Zimmerman Hardware Company, 431 Market Street, 20 North 9th Street in Philadelphia. So here, 1935, we're going to find our Lionel Jr. trains right here. These ones are the red ones. There's also the black ones as well, but we'll look at the red ones right now. See 1681E, the exact same tender. Here we're back into the 8-wheel cars and the 8-wheel passenger cars here as well. You can see the 4 telegraph poles, the track signal, the crossing sign, and the crossing gate there. And then let's come to the back here. In the back, they'd offer the accessories, and we can see things like the station there for the Lionel Jr. Mickey Mouse set. You can see the telegraph poles. And here's where you can buy just the plain station. And this is the set you can get of, that's the word I was looking for, semaphore, and the other items there in its own set, number 1569, price $1. So my 1936, that's the 1936 catalog right here. I love these original stickers from the service station. This one's Superior Electric Company in Washington, D.C. And make sure to check out the bargain table. Love that, love catalogs with a history to them. In my 1936, we still had Lionel Jr. trains in the catalog, but we'd moved on to streamliners. You see like these Vanderbilt streamliners there, and moved into the that's the mechanical one, but added whistles to them. There's our station and our signal set there. But Lionel Jr. is still around in 1936. The 1937 catalog, this one I don't have the cover for. But you can see by this time we folded the Lionel Jr. stuff into the 027 line. Here we've got some beautiful Commodore Vanderbilts. We got some more, we got some 6-wheel engines there. And then over here, we've got our streamliner there as well. And I'm not really calling him Lionel Jr. at this time. And then if you look on the back here, we still have, here's the Mickey Mouse handcar. Got some more of these Lionel Jr. sets. Again, not calling them that right anymore. And this is kind of the end of those. So here we got the 1939 Lionel catalog. And by 1939 we still have these, well, Lionel Jr. cars, but again, this is folded into the Lionel 27 line here as well. So here's our 1942 catalog. I have to eat my words from before. This is the final catalog with Lionel Jr. trains in it. You can see these 027 starter sets continue to have the same freight cars. You see we've graduated on the passenger cars to a higher quality car. Into the early 40s, there were some Lionel Jr. passenger cars still being sold. The rare blue ones were still being sold, and that's kind of the end of the Lionel Jr. trains for sale by Lionel. Then move into the post-war era.